Hi, my name's James Ferguson, and I'm the lead developer of the OnPoint project. I'm here to make your life easier by showing off the associate, client, and contact modules of our software. Thanks for watching.
So this is the home page. If you click Portal up here, you'll be able to visit the login portal. You'll see a list of each user level and what permissions they're allowed to do. For the purpose of the tutorial, we'll be able to use the administration level, so that way they have full access to the database. I've already logged in a different tab, so I'll go there. This is the associates table. This is a list of everyone that works for the company and information about them so we can keep track of that. Perhaps they're a contractor, perhaps they're a regular, Sally up at the front desk, whatever you want to track. We'll go ahead and create a new one to show off how that works. Their title, they could be chief. Their description could be whatever you want the description to be, if you have a description in mind. Let's leave that blank for argument's sake. Let's say he's an admin who's inactive, who's also an intern. We can do that. His name's going to be Bob Dad Mom, because, Bob Dad Mom, why not? That's a great name. We'll run my finger across the keyboard to make phone numbers, just to show you they save. lol.com at lol.com will be his email address for whatever reason. His street address, he'll live at 1234. His city will be town. His state will be country. I can't type. His zip will be 12345. As you can see, there are public and private notes here. Now, what this does is the administrator level, they are the only ones that can use and view private notes. However, viewer and user can also see public notes. So you'll be able to put whatever you want in there, but if you want no one to know something about Sally at the front desk, like she likes a certain flavor of cookies, you put it in the private notes, because we don't want her seeing that. These associate permissions we're going to worry about in part 2 of the tutorial. They're pretty complicated. So you submit. It'll wait a little bit to propagate. We can see there's a second page here now, and we see that Bob Mom Dad is here, or Bob Dad Mom, or whatever we called him. So we're able to display the data that we put in. Remember, we put in chief, we made him an inactive admin, he's a type of intern. All the information that we filled in, it's all there. This is just a typical display. You're not able to edit any of these fields, so don't worry if you accidentally do that. You can see his associate number at the top. That's automatically generated. We're not able to set that ourselves. What we're able to do is tell the database where that number starts to start incrementing from. Let's say you wanted their associate number to start at 10,000. We can make it to where the first guy you add is 10,001, the second guy you add is 10,002, whatever you want it to do. You're able to edit his data. Let's go back to page 2 here. Let's say we want to make him Chief Squared, and we want to change his last name to Mommy, because maybe he got married or something, and something happened where he wanted to change his last name because he didn't feel Mom was manly enough. Hit submit, give it a little bit, and it updates. If you hit display, you can see he's still Chief Squared. We can close this tab. It's completely safe. Let's say we wanted to get rid of him in the database. Let's say we don't want him as an associate anymore. We can hit delete, and then a confirmation box pops up that lets us make sure that all the information here is exactly the guy we want to delete. Shows off his status, his associate number, everything you need. And then when you hit delete record, he disappears. So we can go back to page 1. You can see everybody's still here. Same thing pops up if we want to say John Doe. We can clip John Doe if that's what we want. There's his public notes. This is all dummy data, by the way. No John Doe exists. Or maybe it does. Sorry, John, for exposing you. Let's move on to clients. So if you click clients, you'll be able to see a list of all the companies that you're dealing with. This is what that's for. Let's just display Faulkner Cabling Industries, for example. You'll see that they're a sales lead. That's what type they are, and they're active. Steven Slick, one of the guys in the associates, he's responsible for this. And what will happen when you create a new one is you'll be able to pull from a drop-down a list of all the associates that could be responsible for this client. Here's where the name is. Here's where your primary contact for that client is. They could be someone in contacts. It's recommended you log that, but if they're not, oh well. Where their address is, their state, their city, their zip, everything. The client-specific notes are notes that attach directly to that client. Those are visible in the project notes should you want to see that shorthand. So any information that pertains to that individual client, but not exactly the project, you should put that there. As for public notes, the public and private notes are just the same. You'll be able to see it just fine. That's how it works. We'll close that out. Let's say we wanted to make a new one. As I showed, you're able to come through the drop down and pick from anybody in the associates table. Let's say we want Joe Dirt to be our primary responsible associate for this. Let's say this is a lost customer, and in the special case, maybe something happened in the family and they're lost for now. Maybe we're not able to get to them. We're able to create a new one, and just like we were earlier, we're able to submit it. It'll make a new element in the database. Maybe a little bit of an explanation of how this works. There's a page drop down here. If there's too many things as per the limit, let's say we have 20 different clients. The limit, we're able to click to 30, and then all 20 will pop up in the same window. And this limit can go all the way to 50. These pages automatically adjust based on what the limit is. So if it's limit of 15, there will be a total of 2 pages in this drop down, and you'll be able to go to page 2 to see the remaining 5. Math's great, isn't it? Another thing we have is this search button. You're able to do a global search. Let's say we wanted to find everything in OKC. That wasn't working. Let's say we want to find Faulkner Cabling Industries. That's right, because OKC, it's not listed as that. It's listed as Oklahoma City. Nothing popped up for Oklahoma City. But if we put in the full word, that would pop up. So now you can see that it's just Faulkner Cabling Industries popping up. If you hit search, just for clarity's sake, we'll type in Oklahoma City, and everything from Oklahoma City pops up. That's both Faulkner Cabling Industries and Superior Home Builders. There's also a sort box. Let's say we wanted to sort by the company name. We would go company name. That would be client here. If we want to sort by the address, perhaps, for whatever reason, it automatically sorts it, puts it in the right area. We're able to sort by their company number first. That's what this IX means. It's more of an identification number. We can sort by zip for whatever reason. Just any of these headers we're able to sort by. Now, however, you're not able to delete data from the global search window, nor are you able to delete data from the standard search. If we want to find all our active like sales leads, for example, we can hit search here, and both of these are active sales leads. Let's look at Lake Homes. They are an active sales lead. Okay, let's look at Faulkner. They're also an active sales lead. You can see that there. Let's move on to contacts. Now, these are the contacts that work for those companies. As you can see, Jeremiah Faulkner, he works for Faulkner Cabling Industries. He's an existing customer. Here's his phone number, blah, blah, blah. Kenny Loggins works there with him. Sort by client if you wanted to. So you can see just a little shorthand list. Here's the guys with Swift Construction. Here's the guys with Superior Home Builders, etc., etc. To create a new one here, you would do the same thing. Let's say he's an existing customer. Let's say he's active. Let's say Sam Johnson's his primary responsible associate. Now a drop-down pops up here that pulls from the list of clients you have added. So you can assign, perhaps this guy works for Faulkner, or perhaps he works for National Title Company in Houston. You're able to fill that out and make a new element in the database like that. Now, it's advised you create the client, like the company, before you create the contact that connects to it. So that way, the company that you've created pops up in this drop-down. Anyways, you got all the same things. Contact-specific notes. Whoever the primary contact is for the client in the project, that's also going to pop up in project notes, and I'll show you that in part 2 of the tutorial. You're able to submit to make a new one. And, same thing here. There's a bit different of a standard search each of these fields. Let's say we want to look at all the new customers. We don't have any new customers. So let's say we want to look at all the existing customers. Everybody, because everybody's an existing customer. So that concludes part 1 of the tutorial. Next time we'll talk a little bit about the projects list. We'll talk about all the details thereof. And we'll talk about how to generate SQL reports as well as backups. Thanks for watching.